items you'll need to be making your candy corn, and these can all be changed out depending on what type of yarn you decide to use. With a size I or 5.5mm crochet hook. Now of course, depending on your yarns, you could choose a smaller or larger one, and depending on what size you want your candy corn. So then you're going to need the candy corn colors. So I'm just going with a worsted weight yarn in the color white, this goldish yellow color, and then I have this warm orange. So what you want to do is leave a small tail of your white. We're going to be starting from the top of our candy corn and working down. So you're going to go ahead and make your slip knot. And this whole candy corn is worked in half double crochets. So if you aren't familiar with that, I will link a video down below teaching you how to do the half double crochet. So after you make your slip knot, what you want to do is chain 2. And then we're going to work 2 half double crochets in our first chain. So you want to yarn over, go in our first chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then repeat. So now we have the point to our candy corn. So you're going to want to chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're going to work 1 half double crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to make an increase. So in our next stitch, we're going to work 2 half double crochets to increase our 2 stitches to 3. And we're going to work our second one in that same stitch. So now we have 3 stitches. So you always want to chain 1 and turn. So now for our next one, we're going to work our increase in our first stitch. So we're going to work 2 half double crochets in our first stitch. Work our second one. Then we're going to work 1 half double crochet in our next stitch. And then we're going to work 2 in our last stitch. And the full written pattern for this candy corn will be below this video for you to print out for your own records so that you can make as many candy corns as you like for decorating your house or your bedroom. So now we're up to 5 stitches, and we're going to keep repeating that until we make it to 9 stitches. So what we want to start off with is an increase in our first stitch. So that's working 2 half double crochets in our first stitch. And then you're going to work a half double crochet across all stitches until you reach your last stitch. Where then we're going to work 2. So you're just going to work increases on the first and last stitch until you make it to 9 stitches, and then that's when we're going to be changing our color. And the ratio per color section is clearly up to you. I went for a small amount of white, more of the orange, and a little bit of yellow, kind of the way the real candy looks. So now we're up to 7 stitches, so we're going to do one more row. So you chain 1 and turn. So we're going to work our increase in our first stitch. The whole pattern is half double crochet. Then we're going to work across to our final stitch. Where we're then going to work an increase. So now this is our final row of white. So what you want to do when working your last increase, you want to go ahead and work your half double crochet just until you get all your loops pulled up on your hook. Then you're going to release the white and you're going to pick up your orange. So I'll show you how to do that. So you've worked your 1 half double crochet. So now we're going to work our final, which would be our increase on our white row. So you yarn over, you go through your opening, you pull up a loop. So now before you yarn over and pull through the remainder to complete your stitch, you're going to drop the white, you're going to pick up your orange, leaving a small tail in the back, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. And this will help transition to our next color without ruining our pattern. So now what you're going to do is continue in our pattern by chaining 1, turn our work. So now we're going to work the same thing where you increase on the first stitch and the last stitch until we make it to 15 stitches. So we're just going to continue with our pattern working in orange until we get 15 stitches total. So once you make it to your 15 stitches, now we're going to stop increasing and we're going to work 3 rows of orange. Now you can change how big your candy corn ends up being by just either doubling the pattern or even just making it up on your own. This kind of will give you the idea of how to go about making the candy corn, and then you can just use your creativity and go from there. So we're just going to continue with our half double crochets in orange for 3 rows. So when you're ready to work that final stitch of your 3rd orange row, you're going to go ahead and work the stitch like normal. But the way we did it when switching from white to orange, once you get the 3 up on your hook, then you're going to drop your orange and go ahead and pick up the yellow. And then you're going to finish off your half double crochet using the yellow. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to do 3 rows of yellow. So just continue with your half double crochets. Now using your yellow coloring, work 3 rows. So then once you finish your 3 rows of yellow, then you have your candy corn. So then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make a second one so that we can put them back to back and then stuff them with some fiber fill. So after you've sewn your sides together and stuffed your candy corn, you should have a little decorative piece like this. Then if you want, you can alter the pattern so that you can make a larger candy corn. So I hope you like this crocheted candy corn for the seasonal holiday. Please give this a thumbs up if you like it and let me know if you try it out. Hope you guys had fun making this one. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.